Imagine you just came across a huge sum of money. It could be a paycheck, a business windfall, or even an inheritance. It's tempting, right? The desire to own your own home or upgrading your lifestyle to feel financially secure is so strong. But before you sign that huge deal of a big house or such a big purchase, just take a pause. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about why that might not be the best option for you. We'll explore why you shouldn't completely change your lifestyle because money came your way, why you should think long term, and why you should always do due diligence before taking any major financial decision. Stick with me because you will want to know what this is all about, especially before taking or making that big financial decision. Welcome to Mo's Brief, where we'll break down finance into simple practical steps. My name is Mara. Number one, big money isn't a license for immediate lifestyle changes. Now let's start by acknowledging the truth. Money is a very powerful tool, but for a lot of people, when money comes into their hands, the first thing they think of is to level up. And in leveling up, majorly, most commonly, people would just think of getting their own home. Now, while buying your home is good, but here is the truth. Owning a house is a long-term commitment. It's not just about buying the house or making those mortgage payments. You have to think of utilities, taxes, and maintenance of that house. For example, let's say you got a big bonus or you inherited a huge sum. Now, you can easily go and buy a beautiful home and continue with your life, right? But you also need to consider the total ownership cost of owning that house. It's not just about that bulk payment you make and you move into the house. There are going to be other payments that are going to come along with the house, utilities, maintenance, like I said. The reality is that dream house can easily become a financial burden to you if not properly managed or planned. And that is where the eat your seeds mindset comes in. Now, instead of taking that whole money and buying just one property, you can easily invest in other asset classes that would gradually grow and yield something. Let that seed money, let that money generate something for you that you can build a diversified asset portfolio with different classes of assets. And as the returns comes in, those returns on the seed money will be what you would use to either, secure your financial future, or you use it to be more financially stable. Instead of putting all the money in just one fixed asset, you could build a diversified portfolio, different asset classes, which in future would generate returns for you. And this way you see a bigger harvest in the long run. Number two, the importance of financial stability over instant gratification. Financial stability is not just about owning a house. It's about having a cushion over the unexpected. The money that you have now should be working for you in a way that secures your financial future, not just your immediate need. By committing a chunk of money, the whole amount in just one asset, you're depriving yourself of future opportunities that would come. You might sacrifice future opportunities to grow your wealth, like building a diversified investment portfolio or taking the time to invest in assets that grow in value over time. Think about this. What do you use the large sum of money and invest in property, but not a house that you can move in? You can invest in a property in areas that might not be your first choice, but have great future value and have potential to grow immensely. So it's like you planting seeds on a fertile ground that will yield fruits for you in the future. Instead of insisting that you have to buy just one property and live there, or live in a place that is your first choice. At the time, that property can appreciate in value and yield you rental income, or you can still go ahead and sell it. The strategy should be about building wealth slowly and steadily. It doesn't have to be fast. If you can eventually afford that your dream home without financial stress and more financial freedom, you shouldn't change your life drastically just because huge money has entered your hands. Look, I understand when money comes into your life, especially unexpected, there's this desire to automatically upgrade and change everything from your house, your car, your wardrobe, and so that people will know that you've arrived now. But here is the hard truth. If you overcommit to a flashy lifestyle before securing your financial foundation, it can easily backfire. So wealth is not just about having money now. It's about using it wisely to create more opportunities for yourself. Take someone who just inherited a huge sum of money. So this person goes ahead to buy a lavish home, expensive cars, and extravagant vacations. Now, this might feel great at the moment, but oftentimes, they are often left with less financial flexibility. If their investment portfolio isn't established, their business isn't growing, and there's no emergency funds, this person can actually be in trouble. If they face unexpected circumstances or a recession or personal setback, they can be stuck in a house they can no longer afford with no real move forward. Number 4, invest in what you know. The power of expanding your business. Here's an option you might not have considered. Instead of going straight away to buy that huge house, why not invest in something that you already know? For instance, if you have a business that is doing well, this might just be the right time for you to invest and expand that business. At least it's something you know and you know how to do well. If the business has been giving you profit, why would you just go and tie money somewhere when there's something that you can improve on? Investing in your business might just be the best way for you to grow your wealth. At least it's something you know how to do and it has been working for you. You've been making profits. People always look somewhere when there's something they're already doing that is making them money. They rather would think that is not enough. If you have a business, a thriving business, and it's working and you understand the business, that's a great opportunity for you to expand and grow that business instead of tying money down somewhere and that house incurring expenses for you. It is also very important for you to do your due diligence, even if it's a business, because expansion sometimes might come with its own issues. So you need to also do your research, right? Do your research, do your due diligence, research, analyze the market, see how you can scale up successfully. It's very important for you to understand where you are now and where you intend to take your business to. Thorough research and strategic planning cannot be overemphasized, especially when you want to expand your business. For example, let's say you run a small food delivery business that has been doing good in your area. With the extra cash, you can scale up by hiring more riders, invest in technology, or even expanding to new regions. But of course, you need to analyze your target markets, understand the demand. Is there demand for that product or service? Of course, calculate how much capital you would need for the expansion. What research and planning will do is that it will give you a clearer picture of what the future of the business would look like and how you can achieve it. So instead of rushing to buy that house, think of how investing in your business can yield better returns in the long run. This could be the investment that does not just only give you money, but gives you growth and stability for that financial security, future security that you might just need. Number 5, eat your seeds, planting for the future. So the thing is, when you eat your seeds, you're essentially consuming the foundation of your future wealth. So think of it this way. If you plant a tree and before the seeds start yielding anything, you go ahead and you eat those seeds, and then you're still expecting that fruits will come out of that tree. It doesn't work like that, even with money. Get this huge money and you have the opportunity to invest in series of properties that, like I said, might not be your first choice, but instead you go ahead and you buy a ready-made house and you move in. Yes, you've owned a house, it's also an asset, but how much is that asset going to be generating for you when you could have bought somewhere else and in future can create a flow of income, probably through rental income, or you just outrightly selling those properties in the future, and then you'll now be able to afford the house of your choice. Always remember that money in your hand is like seed. If you plant it in a fertile ground, it will yield fruits for you. If you decide to eat that seed, nothing is going to come out of it. So once you have that mentality when you're dealing with money, even when huge money enters your hand, you would have had a proper structure of how to go about it. And if you don't have, you can just keep the money in an instrument that can be generating you while you decide on what you need to do. It's better you were careful and you take your time to invest the money than you hurriedly invest in something or buy something that is not very liquid and cannot be translated into cash when you need it, or cannot generate future returns for you. Number 6, build a solid financial foundation first. So the key takeaway here is that when you come into money, you must first of all think of your financial foundation before you go on a spending spree. Instead, focus on a solid foundation by creating a portfolio that balances both risk and return, thereby securing your financial future and ensuring that your lifestyle stays within sustainable limits. You would be in a much better financial situation to enjoy all those things you want without financial stress. To wrap this up, I want you to remember that money is a tool, in fact, a very, very important tool, but it is not a reason for you to go on making impulsive purchases. So before you buy something huge, take a step back and look at your financial situation. How important is that asset that you want to buy? How is it going to be generating income for you in the future? Is it going to be taking from what you have, or is it going to be adding to what you already have? Think about your long-term financial goals. How does this fall in line with what you want to achieve? The goal is financial security, right? We all want to get to that level where we don't have to bother about money. It's not something you build in a day. It takes steps. It takes very important money habits that you need to adapt and make sure it becomes your own lifestyle. Don't eat your seeds, please. Plant them, water them, nurture them, and see them grow into an orchard. So if you found this video helpful and you think, or you know anyone that would benefit from this video, please share, like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and share with someone that you know would benefit. Now, until next time, take care and remain financially fabulous. Bye.